Game 1 of the current series. If you're just starting out, you're in the right place. Okay, this is a series in the round of 16, played at Assembly in that last weekend of February. It's a Terran versus Terran of TSL.Polt in the blue versus S.Taeja in the red here on Antigua Shipyard. Now they're at cross positions as the GSL version that forces, with Taeja up here in the 2 o'clock position versus Polt over in the 8 o'clock position.
Is it the GSL version that? I thought it forced the other 2 cross positions.
No, it simply forces cross positions.
Oh well. I feel like we always see those 2.
Well, there was another one we had recently that was... We were talking about the same topic, about how this is rare.
Yep, both players just starting their supply depots at the top of the ramps.
Now, the other thing that this tournament might be called would be the beta test for the 1.4.3 batch.
Yeah.
Alongside the MLG event of the same weekend.
This is probably the most affordable esports event that weekend.
Yes, that too.
Taeja's starting his barracks, Polt's starting his barracks. It's basically mirrored so far.
So yes, the beta test and poor man's tournament.
Taeja grabbing his gas. Polt dropping his second supply depot.
Just dropping it there to finish the wall off, not actually constructing it yet. The SCV heads on out to scout.
A very slight deviation with a much earlier gas by Taeja.
Yes, Polt did have the lead in constructing the barracks, though. Very slight.
Yep. Tech lab going down right away on Taeja's barracks and finishing off his wall with another supply depot. So both walls are complete before the scout probes or drones. Wow, SCVs get there.
Yep,
get it
SCV is denied by the wall. It turns right back around. Polt's Marine follows it out, stops at the ramp.
Taeja grabbing a second gas. Polt still not having grabbed any.
Now, Reaper's the first thing coming out for Taeja. It's about halfway done. It is queued to go straight across the map.
Polt dropping his natural base. A couple of Marines heading out towards the middle.
After a brief SCV battle, Polt controls the central tower.
Taeja starting his factory. Polt halfway done getting his first refinery.
Now that Reaper is on its way now. And there's a second one coming up behind it. Now he's winding around south, avoiding the central watchtower.
Yep.
And
this has not yet been seen.
Now there are 2 Marines out here that might be in position to greet him. He was stopping outside of Polt's base for a moment. Now he's going up that ramp. Runs into the 2 Marines, exchanges a shot, now running away. Meanwhile,
Starport getting added onto the tech lab that was on the barracks.
And meanwhile, Polt just about to finish up his second and third racks.
Reactor getting added onto Taeja's barracks now.
Yep, and the first
Hellion
one
moving out.
And Taeja drops his own natural, building the command center on the spot.
Yep, Polt starting his second gas.
These 2 Reapers and the Hellions starting to move up. Coming up the ramp now, Hellion's leading the way, but there's 5 Marines here to greet them. 2 Marines go down quickly, but so does the Hellion. And the Reapers in the orange and yellow health pull back a little bit. So do the Marines. Now there's a bunker going up for Polt at the top of his ramp.
Taeja starting Cloak and Banshee on the starport.
Yep, he just scanned inside of Polt's base, sees there's no engineering bay.
Yep, all just still on barracks and bio.
He's throwing up his own bunker outside of his own his natural, top of his ramp. First Banshee just showing up now, and the second one is queued up right behind it.
Polt factory is about a third of the way done. TSL.Polt natural finishing off, and some SCVs showing up. Getting transferred over.
Now the Banshee cloaking field is just a couple seconds away, as the Banshee is making its way up here north of Polt's base.
Yep, still no engineering base, still factory just about to finish. But he's not going to have a way to see this Banshee once it cloaks other than the scans, so...
Now Cloak has finished.
He's got energy for 2.
He moves in, cloaked on this mineral line, gets 1 kill. 2 kills in SCVs fairly quickly. Here come the Marines. Gets a Marine.
Second Banshee leaving TSL's base now.
Gets another Marine, just constant back and forth here between the Banshees and the Marine. Finally drops a scan, gets a few shots, but does not get the kill. Got a little bit of, he was waiting there to get the perfect position, went for it when it wasn't perfect after all, and didn't get the kill. Now the second Banshee showing up.
Yep, TSL adding 2 more barracks to his lineup.
Now there is a missile turret in the middle of the main mineral line now. And he does have another scan at his natural command center. He's about to have another one at his main.
A reactor. Double pumping medvacs.
This second Banshee only just got its first kill on an SCV. It's about to run out of energy for this cloak. 3, 2, done.
Does get 2 more Marines though. Takes a couple of shots at the reactor, but just sort of leaves.
Yep, now it's headed out. Now the other Banshee hanging around behind. Actually, no, this is a third Banshee. Hanging around behind Polt's mineral line. Or up north of his mineral line, rather.
TSL adding on a 4th barracks now. 3 ab reactors, 1 on a tech lab. Stim is half done for TSL. Stim is just completing for Polt now.
Another Banshee poking in here, getting a few SCV kills from the SCVs that were mining gas. Now some Marines stem in. Don't quite catch it. And it turns and starts killing them. Gets a couple Marine kills. And now it's going to work on a reactor briefly before going down. And another scan, a few more Marines to finish it off.
Yep, meanwhile Polt's 3rd command center is about half done.
And he is moving out across the map with a couple medevacs, a bunch of Marines, and a Marauder. They are making their way up into the position that would be TSL's 3rd. Now heading in towards his front door. Takes down the bunker for free. TSL had evacuated it with his 4 Marines.
And TSL starting siege tech, getting a tank out. Polt adding on 2 more barracks, bringing him up to 5.
Now TSL about to poke at this force with his cloaked Banshee. Catches just 1 Marine so far. The Marines stem in and he kills the Banshee with this scan. And goes to work on the rocks once again. Now TSL is replacing the bunker on the top of his ramp. He also has a siege tank there, and siege tech is just about to finish. About to get +1 weapons, while Polt's +1 weapons is about 2/3 the way done.
Polt move his orbital command to his 3rd.
TSL also adding on +1 armor, now that his +1 weapons is finished. And Polt is now adding on his own siege tech, just starting it.
Yep, TSL adding a 2nd factory is about half done.
Just a couple of TSL's Marines get caught in the middle. And also his Reaper runs into a Marine, wins the fight narrowly. There's some STEM Marines chasing it down now. And it does not get away. TSL throwing down another command center, getting ready for a 3rd.
Polt adding 2 more reactors onto his 2 new barracks. So we'll have 4 on 4 barracks on reactors, 1 on tech lab.
And
But
also,
he's not researching anything.
also getting an extra engineering bay and an armory. As well as just finish another tech lab factory.
TSL.Polt's 3rd command center is now about a third of the way down.
Now supply blocked on 150, 150. TSL is moving out with a large marine force with some medevacs as well. Stims up onto the high ground, chases Polt's force away, and now they engage right near the watchtower. Polt pushes TSL back. TSL not wanting to advance into the range of Polt's couple siege tanks.
Yep, it did take a shot or two there.
Upgrades are currently equal at 1-0. Both sides having stim and combat shield. Jockeying for position around this central here. Now TSL is moving up 4 tanks of his own. Tanks getting a few pot shots in. Polt stims a smaller group of Marines, tries to snipe a tank, does get a tank. Handful of Marines on both sides go down, and they both pull back a little bit to heal up. Polt catches one of TSL's medevacs that moved a little too far forward.
Yeah, trying to use it to get vision for his tanks, but just losing it. TSL loads up a medvac with Marines moving down to the south side of the map.
Yeah, TSL's moving up his medevacs to get vision inside the smoke around the watchtower.
Oh, it looked like one of Polt's Marines saw that medvac. There's one turret in the way. Polt's starting command center at his 3rd for a 4th.
Now in the standoff in the center, there are 6 tanks for Polt, 4 for TSL.
The trap's going down
a large
3rd.
marine ball. TSL stems forward with a small group of Marines to try and snipe a couple tanks, gets one of them, does not get the second. Also, of course, kills a few of Polt's Marines.
Drop of the 3rd kills the SCV building the 4th command center for Polt, but gets pushed away by some Marines in a tank. TSL meanwhile landing his own 3rd. Polt had a Marine there, and so he knows it's up.
Tanks in the middle.
Land a 3rd.
Landing the 3rd one's getting cleaned up quickly. Now tanks in the middle continuing to reposition themselves just outside of each other's range. However, the Marines have evacuated for both sides, trying to move around. Polt's forces moving up. Polt is, by the way, capped currently. Whereas TSL's 183. Marines engage, stem up, big Marine line, no tanks involved. TSL pushes Polt back a little bit, Polt re-engages. Looks like TSL will take this Marine fight for now. He does. Polt evacuates just a few of his Marines into his medevacs. Now that leaves Polt at 151, TSL at 143. So Polt maintained his supply advantage, despite losing that fight. All the tanks in the fight have not moved yet. Now Polt has lifted that command center and is about to land it in the central position to take his 4th.
Yeah, Polt on 6 barracks, 5 of which have reactors. There's incredible replenish capabilities.
Yeah, Polt back up to 180 to TSL's 154. Also, Polt has a Viking down here in the center now, chasing off this central medevac, killing the medevac. So he has taken vision of the center there. Now, TSL is stemming up and moving with Marines around to try and attack this pre-planetary fortress command center. It is just about to finish morphing, but it will not survive.
Yeah, Stim Marines making very quick work of that.
But behind that, Polt had taken out the tanks that TSL had on the high ground. Viking taking some more shots at the medevac. And here comes TSL's Viking. Vikings exchanging shots, but Polt's will win thanks to smelt from Marines.
Yep. Polt has a solid...
Polt,
Sorry.
yeah, you're saying Polt has a lead in holding the center here. TSL was thinking about trying to push into it, lost a tank for it.
Yep, Polt removing a command center back out to the 4th.
And Polt is now moving up north with medevacs and a bunch of marines. TSL is ready to catch it though. A bunch of his marines stemmed up. Polt stems, turns, engages. TSL's running away now. TSL's medevacs arrive. He re-stems and engages. Now this time Polt is going to take the win in this marine fight.
Yep, 1 siege tank there.
However, TSL has more reinforcements
This
coming. That
time.
forces Polt away. At the end of that fight, Polt is left with 160 to TSL's 153.
Seem very even.
While Polt now has a planetary fortress established at that center position, dropping a few mules on it. Upgrades have been fairly even. Currently, Polt does have a 1 upgrade advantage, 3-2 versus 2-2 on the Marines. Tanks are even at 2-0 upgrades. A few more exchange shots around the middle. No large engagements. TSL is lifting his own command center, about to land it at the northern central position. Polt sees it. He was about to move in with the Marines and medevacs. Turned around. Polt now saturating his central position.
Yep, and expanding to a 5th. South side of the map.
TSL moving south, some Marines, more Marine combat. Both sides stem up, both sides turn around and disengage. Marines poking into each other again, tanks providing supporting fire for Polt.
And hitting some of the SCVs, forcing the command center TSL to move away.
Yep, Marines engaging. Also a very brave mule. Managed to survive narrowly. Both sides have disengaged for now. Now TSL's medevacs are running very low on energy and there's a lot of yellow Marines there. Same is true for Polt, but his Marines are at least currently topped off.
Yeah, production-wise, they're basically the same. TSL's 1 reactor on 1 barracks down. But I don't think he has the economy compared to Polt.
Yeah, in just a few more seconds, they'll both have 3-3 on their Marines. Currently, Polt is behind. And Polt is working on the +3 for his vehicles. While TSL is not yet. Still sitting on 2-2. More Marine combat happening. Tanks sitting behind, and TSL takes the disadvantage and ends up calling GG. As his supply plummeted below 130. Terrible engage right at the end there. Costing TSL's army.
Yeah, he loaded up 2 medvacs with Marines and was already down on supply in the first place, so didn't help to not have all of his army there.
Yeah, I mean, that game had been in standoff for so long there, and he just lost it in that one engage.
Yeah.
Well, onward to game 2. Rather interesting Terran versus Terran game 1. Kind of reminded me of the old beta days when Terran versus Terran was a tank line versus tank line.